to get back home after that long road trip and the week off. What are your thoughts on just putting that run behind you?
Yeah, I think it is clear, and you've heard me say this, we've gone through some extreme hardship due to player availability. And, this adversity is only going to make us stronger. We're confident with time. Players are going to be back. Additions are going to be made. I always say it, if you're in and around that 80%, then we're more than capable of going out and competing and winning games and doing it on a consistent basis. What we've had to endure, sometimes 8 pros available, the amount of travel, the amount of games in short duration, guys that are warriors but needing to play in multiple positions. That's why I'm proud of them. They're giving everything they have. That locker room is so unified. They're incredibly positive. I think they just keep getting mentally stronger through each experience. And again, a couple bodies are back, which is a positive sign, obviously for limited minutes. But and then next week, hopefully a couple more bodies, and then we look different. We look like a different team, and that's why we're very optimistic. But we have a ladder to climb, right?
Yeah. Looking at New Mexico, you guys have played them already this year and had a lead, and then they scored 2 there to take it away. What are your kind of reflections on that? What this will have?
Yeah, you have a game plan going in. Our starting center mid goes down in warm-ups. Then you don't have any like-for-like placement. Now I have 2 strikers playing in the center of the park based on not a tactical decision, based on that's all I have available. So that's why I'm proud. They accepted it. It's now tactics 2 minutes before a game. This is what we're going to do. And they did well for a portion of the game. And then obviously when you're out of position, it starts to become challenging and difficult. So no excuses. We still try to fight and compete for 3 points, but it was a tall task. We'll look a little bit different in this one. We do have a couple of guys back and a couple of guys available off the bench. Again, limited minutes, but I'm just happy that they're back. Limited minutes will take over no minutes and not available. So it's a step in the right direction. New Mexico is at the top of the league. They're there for a reason. Incredibly hardworking team, well organized, obviously full of confidence as they should be, being number 1. So we know we've got a huge test ahead of us, but what better way to turn around the season than performing in front of the best fans in the league and getting a result.
For you guys, based on the run y'all have been on the last 4 games, what would getting a win over New Mexico do for you guys going forward?
Yeah, again, more so we look big picture. Our priority right now, we go into every game wanting to win. That's not going to change if we have 3 players available. Our mentality doesn't change, but priority is we've got to get healthy, we've got to stay healthy, and we've got to bring in some reinforcements. We achieve those objectives, okay, then we are confident. And we understand we've got to accelerate all that hopefully as well. You can't accelerate guys recovering. But you can only be also patient for so long, and hopefully, guys are back, because again, we're a different team when we're at close to full health.
I think one thing that's been really notable is how positive all the players are. It's something I've never seen in a team that's where this team is.
Yeah.
How do you keep that positivity going?
Again, I believe it's from the mentality training we instituted from day 1. And that's not just this season, it's in 2020, because my job is to have us prepared for these moments. Yes, we were winning a lot, prior, but we also knew, hey, there's a moment that maybe there's hardship or maybe poor performances, over a period of time. So are we going to be prepared, or are we going to be scrambling when the moment arrives? So we've been well prepared. The guys, I think they're already very cohesive, but I do think this adversity has drawn them even closer. We have a very quiet team, and now I notice guys are talking more based on the adversity. It's like, well, we have to step up and talk now. Now it's like it's forced. We have to do it if we expect to turn this around. So they're getting closer. Great group of guys. They believe, and again, it's put any team in this sort of adversity when you have sometimes less than 50% available of a roster, and it's a massive challenge. So there's context with the results, but no excuses. With time, it will get better, and believe me, we're going to every game trying to win the game.
Is there a benefit to sort of USL structure? Like, if you just get up to 8th, you're in the playoffs. And then from there, who knows what happens? Anything can happen.
Yeah. So remember, Phoenix won the championship last year, but no one knows that they finished 6th place, right? So all that people remember is, who won the championship. So our ambitions is always to finish in top 4. Our expectations is to be in playoffs. We've got a full half season to make sure we achieve our internal expectations, but we always strive for more. So again, priority objective 1 is player health. Priority 2, reinforcements. In case we encounter this again, we have a little bit more depth. And then priority 3, or simultaneously, is going into each game, competing to win.
Going back to the mentality training, that's something you've mentioned a few times over the recent weeks. So how much of the positivity is that, and how much is just, these are seasoned professionals, how much of it is just their innate positivity that they've built up and, that they have as people coming in?
Yeah, that also comes through the recruitment and identifying the right people for what we do here. And I always use the term right. It doesn't mean he's the best or not the best. It's the right fit for our culture, for our team identity. And I think in the off season, we've done a good job year after year from that perspective. And then, of course, it's like anything. You build and develop habits and reinforce habits. If you just say it, or it's just some fancy stuff on walls, to me, anybody can do that. Ours is reinforced daily. And if you bring in good people who believe in those values, that's the reason for this positivity and optimism as well.
Thanks, Alen.